Paul, we talk about fine margins. There's so many out there today.
Um, is it? Is it fine margins um, if you make absolutely ridiculous decisions like we've done from a throw-in after 4 minutes of the second half? Is it fine margins if you can't find the right pass in the final third? Is it fine margins if you keep making wrong decisions? Is it fine margins if you can't score when balls are inside the 6 yard box? I don't know. I don't know if it is. The goal is disgusting. It is an absolute joke of a goal to give away. And the thing that's really annoying me is that I feel as though I should take responsibility for defeats, and I don't actually take responsibility for wins. I can't take responsibility for that defeat today, because that decision to do that throw in across our own box after 4 minutes of the second half is an absolute total unprofessional decision. I don't get it. Nobody can actually explain to me why that's a good idea. I can't get it. And then so many things. We struggled to start the game. 10, 15 minutes, whatever it was. I wasn't looking at my watch. They caused us problems. And then we calmed down and we actually played from our shape and we were better. And there was nothing in the game. Absolutely nothing. We had probably the better half opportunities in the first half. Then we absolutely shoot ourselves in the foot and go a goal down. And then after that, again, we had a couple of minutes where we were a bit rocky, and then we recovered again, and we had opportunities. But I don't get it. I mean, we certainly haven't done enough to win the game, but we have gifted 3 points to Port Vale today, and we haven't done ourselves any favours.
That's the massive frustration, is it? Because that's self-inflicted. You could see it from the minute that the decision was taken to throw it across the box. And Mel's was upset afterwards as well, but it's too late then.
It's too late. We can't do it. You get punished. We'd have got punished in League Two. We're certainly going to get punished in League One for that. There's no justification. There's no explanation. It's a really poor decision. And do you know what? Jockle will probably get the blame because he brings him down. He should not have been put in that position. Absolutely no opportunity should have been given in that, and we've just shot ourselves in the foot. As simple as that. And I'm raging. I'm absolutely raging with what we've done today, with the way that we've worked, the way that we've created our opportunities, and we've come away with absolutely nothing again. And I know everybody will look, we haven't scored a goal again. I know that, but we're getting into good areas, we're getting good opportunities. We talked about what we wanted today, how we wanted to go about it. We've got into those areas, we've not done it properly, we haven't got the right sort of crosses in that we wanted, and we've got players making runs across the near post where we wanted them to go. And you get to a point where you're pulling your hair out. Now, the thing is, we have got a good team of players. I do honestly believe it. You know, we've got Sean Maguire into good areas. I thought him and Luke worked their socks off today and caused problems. We've got to work the goalkeeper more, but I keep saying that every single game, and that's what's getting really, really frustrating, and I know it's getting frustrating for the players as well.
So many entries into that final third, which are good because of the build-up where we've got to, and it's that last little bit, and it is the biggest bit, I suppose.
It's the most important bit. You can do everything between the two 18-yard boxes. If you don't do those two right, you've got a serious problem. And we're going to have to sort it out. I'm not hiding away from it. We are in for a tough time. If we don't sort it out, we are in for a tough time. I talked today about performance. Get your performance right. We've had a lot of the performance has been right. We haven't finished things off, and then we have absolutely gifted Port Vale an opportunity to win the game 1-0. And that's the really disappointing thing about it.
And is there a danger, Paul, when you lose a game like that you can knock your own confidence just by things like that happening?
Yeah, it will. Yeah, there's absolutely no doubt about it, because you can't keep making mistakes like that, because we will get punished. It's a lack of professionalism about how you're doing things. That throw-in should have gone down the line, no two ways about it. There's not even a debate about it. We haven't done it. I don't think we've done that in any single game this season so far. Why you would do it away from home after 4 minutes of a tough first half where we've got ourselves built into the game. And I said at half time, Make sure we don't come in and we've had a good 45 and we come away with nothing. And that's exactly what we've done. Not through, I think Port Vale are an effective side, but they haven't opened us up to score goals. We have gifted them that goal, and that is a massive, massive disappointment for me, and I'll have to take responsibility for it. But for the players, for all of those supporters who've made that journey down, we've let them down with that goal we've given away today.
And Jocko worked hard to get his debut, and he must be having nightmares about that tonight, with that having happened to him.
Well, if I was him, I'd be absolutely slaughtering John Mellish for throwing the ball to me in the first place. Absolutely, because he should not have been put in that position. But we have to get on with it. We've got to live with it now. We've got a long week ahead of us now to actually digest that and to try and make things better. But there's a huge frustration with how I feel at the moment, because I really do think we have gifted 3 points away. As I said, we didn't do enough to score goals to finish things off. We didn't, even when we made the changes, we didn't get the players into the right areas. But we've still put loads of crosses into the box, and we haven't got players on the end of them.
The 3 changes you made, I mean, initially you've mentioned them 15 minutes, whatever it was. That was a tough start, but we settled into that shape. We looked good for it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We the starting shape wasn't the issue. It was the players didn't play from the shape. The players were just running all over the place and getting caught out. After that 10 or 15 minutes, when we calmed down and we did play from our shape, when we played with a better discipline, we actually took a decent bit of control out of the game. We had the ball, we kept possession, we got into good areas. We've worked the goalkeeper. Callum Guy's had a great strike. Mox has had a great strike second half. I think Shawnee will admit that he should have scored with his header second half. The crosses, I think Jordan Gibson put 3 in. Finn back 2 or 3, and we haven't got anybody on the end of it. And that's a bravery to go and to get into those areas where you're going to score, and you might miss, but you have to get in there to give yourself the opportunity to get a goal or to miss it. I would rather somebody gets there and misses than we stay out the way and don't get on the end of things.
We keep asking, don't we, how are we going to get that final piece, that goal that matters so much, that will just lift everybody?
Well, the only way we're going to get it is by keeping working. I think we've worked extremely hard today as a group. I think the players have put a shift in, but you have to... You have to work smart sometimes as well, and that smart run, there's an example near the end of a cross going in, and our striker is in front of their centre back, and he makes a 2-yard run forwards and he gets a tap in. He decides to make a 3-yard run backwards. That's being brave to want to score, and that's what you have to do. And we've got to keep working, we've got to keep trying to find the right permutation, the right personnel who are going to do it, and that's the challenge that we've all got.
You kept the lads there after the full-time whistle, Paul. It didn't look like a friendly chat, if you don't mind me saying. What do you say to the group at a moment like that when you're clearly frustrated?
It wasn't a friendly chat, no, but it doesn't matter what I've said. It's irrelevant. It's about how we react now. It's about how they take on board the information that they're getting, how they put it into practice, because otherwise they're going to waste a wonderful opportunity that we've got at League One level.
When the dust settles, there's a lot to take from it, isn't there? Do you agree with that at this stage, or are you still just so frustrated that you don't actually focus on that just yet?
No, I've tried to balance it a little bit by saying that we've had a lot of good things, but we're in a results business. We're all judged on results, and the worst we should have got out of that today is a 0-0 draw. That is the worst we should have got out of it. Now then, we may have been able to create some opportunities, and I accept 10-15 minutes of the first half, they killed us with the way they were moving, with their front three. They caused us all sorts of problems. And then we got into the game and we played some good football and we created some good opportunities, and the 2 wing backs got into areas. I thought some of our recovery tackles were very good from Alfie and from Mox and Luke and Shawnee as well, where we gave ourselves that chance. But we have to do things quicker and be more clinical if we want to get anything out of games, and we have to start doing it very, very quickly.
5 days of the window left again. We know you want to add if you can.
Yeah, but there's no point me even talking about that now, because I'm talking till I'm blue in the face and nothing's happening. So we'll just have to wait and see. I'll be glad when Friday comes and it's finished, because then we can just try and focus on the group that we've got and just get on with it from there.
Paul, thanks once again for a very candid post-match interview.